Stall friends, welcome to Get Hype. Remember years ago where we said we wouldn't pre-order games anymore or get hyped about anything because we got burnt on a couple shitty ass games that came out? Well, I'm going to do the completely counterproductive thing here and get you absolutely hyped about something I like. So I've got a new game in sight today, and it's called Marauder. So I wasn't fortunate enough to be able to back them to get into their alpha, but I'm hoping they open up soon because I'm going to throw some money at their ass. However, down below is going to be a series of clips that they have on their YouTube that I'm going to be showing you. That way you get hyped alongside me. Marauder is a space PvP FPS that mashes gameplay elements from Escape from Tarkov, art reminiscent of post-World War II industrialism, and it throws some ship v ship combat in there like warships or some shit. The game itself is gorgeous. I love the aesthetic that it gives out. Like I said, that World War II kind of vibe. It's got that industrial look to it. And I know the game is set in the late 1990s where everything has progressed into deep space and shit's been going down there. But it looks fantastic. I love it. I love the aesthetic. You usually get that kind of niche aesthetic from games like Fallout, where you have to staple a whole bunch of leather and spikes to your nutsack so you look like some fucking reaver or some huge super mutant who's ransacking the plains. Or games like Stalker, where everything is like this Chernobyl style gas mask, anti-radioactivity armor, shit like that. And the guns look like time stood still in this era. And that's exactly what's going on in Marauder, where time stood still. Yeah, futurism progressed and you had all these different types of ships and guns and masks and you can survive in space, but they literally kept the era and it looks fantastic. The gunplay looks satisfying. As far as what I've seen so far in a whole bunch of different videos on YouTube of people actually fortunate enough to play it, it looks fun. And the sounds it makes is great. The sound choices that they chose for these weapons are amazing. It's like they mashed together a whole bunch of guns from World War II on, and they have, like I said before, this aesthetic that is sort of post-World War II, post-industrialism kind of shit. And you have these guns that look fantastic and they sound fantastic. All they need now is a Space M1 Garand, where when I fire the weapon and the magazine flies out, I want to hear the damn ping in space. It has these really neat aspects of it that you don't really see in other games. It's got that whole Escape from Tarkov aspect, where you have to run and gun, grab shit, loot it, stick it in your stash. But it also has the whole thing where it has ships. You can have ship v ship combat. You have boarding ships where you can board other people and kill them while they're inside and loot. It has a whole bunch of different areas that they're planning on putting NPCs and populating the whole world to make it look like it's absolutely lived in and functioning. And that's the really cool part about it is they're working really hard at the whole aesthetic of it and the appeal, and they're also working on the whole gameplay elements. I have not seen a game where you can successfully board someone's ship like that, other than things like Warframe with their railjack, or things like Space Engineers where you can make your own shit and board other ships. That is a really cool aspect that you don't want to miss. It's unique while still focusing on a whole bunch of aspects in gameplay that other games do successfully as well, rather than going completely off the side and coming up with your own things that might not work. They're taking something that's already successful and already ingrained into gaming, and they're making it amazing. They're really working at it and molding it into something that's unique that we haven't seen on the playing grounds before. With everything combined here, they're going to really keep this game breathing for a long time, as I can see it. I have that foresight. I have that fucking 50-50 vision where I can see whether or not this is going to be successful. It's got a longevity to it. It really has a lot of energy put in to where it's unique. It's different. When you make a game, you've got to think about the long term. You got to think about your player base. You got to think about everything that everyone's going to be doing in your game and focusing on keeping them there and keeping a player base and continually rotating new content so that people don't get bored with it. And it looks like this, they can just continue to shove out content, build on their aspects they already have, and really come up with something unique that's going to wipe the playing floor with a lot of other games. Now, I'm not going to say this is going to be like, quote, WoW killer, and it's going to suddenly take down Escape from Tarkov or PlayerUnknown, but it's really going to stand out as a giant compared to a lot of other games out there. It's not going to be generic. And that's the really cool part about it, is it's so fucking cool. It looks so neat. And the idea of boarding other people's ships while they're flying is so fucking cool. They're looking to retain their player base and hit the ground running immediately when they release. And that's what I admire about them. It looks fantastic. It looks great. And as soon as they open up funding again, so that way I can dump my money in there, I'm getting it. And I'm going to get fucking hyped about it even then. And I'm going to play the shit out of it. So anyways, guys, I know we're not supposed to be getting hype about shit, but holy fuck, I'm hype. And until it comes out, guys, I'll see you then. I'm Solar Polar Bear. Peace out.